Hello, I'm NeoGet, and welcome back to Black Ice. I'm bringing you in here over in version 0.1.7 because there's been a lot of updates since I first showed this game, and I enjoy this game so much that I felt it was really worthy of being featured again to show you some of the updates, things that have been going on, and so I just thought I had to get on and show you more. Now, I've recorded this video once before, and unfortunately, it had some issues, nothing to do with the game. My fraps crashed, and so I ended the video in order... Not fraps, sorry, Audacity crashed, so I decided to end the video in order to check on that. Then fraps crashed at the same time, no idea why, but unfortunately, that ruined a lot of the footage. So, what I was showing was many of the new weapons. Now, unfortunately, I've sold off one of the weapons in order to be able to purchase another one. So, I'll have to hopefully get one of those. But the first weapon that I haven't shown you before that I want to is the disc. I absolutely adore just the graphic of this one. It's a disc that bounces off the first surface it hits, or keeps going for quite a distance up in the air, but if you try and fire it again while it's in the air, it will quickly return to you. So if you fired it the wrong way, you can bring it back much quicker and then fire it again as soon as the cooldown has finished, if you've managed to bring it back to you quicker than the cooldown. Some of the other interesting weapons, we have this one, which has just a beautiful graphic to it when you fire it. Very different weapon there, which is quite cool, but is very RAM expensive at the moment. And this is a piercing round. Really cool, because it does a lot more damage to a lot more things. And then one of these, Fireball. Now this one creates a debuff on the thing's shot, which I don't know if a level 4 will be able to show you, but we can try. If they don't instantly die, they will instead be set on fire, and the damage over the time will be dealt to them, killing them off that way instead. So let's hack something a little bit harder in order to show you more of this. So let's try and set... There we go, he got set on fire, which means that you can very much so attack all the different enemies that are coming at you in each swarm, as opposed to having to focus on taking down just one of them, because as long as you caught it, it will be taking damage even though you're not attacking it. Really, really useful. In a similar way though, the ice weapons that are available that I'll be trying to get to show you are very useful as well, because they actually slow down the enemies and cause a lot more issues with navigating the terrain for them. They prevent enemies from jumping around so much, and are just really useful if you have a habit of going up on top of buildings as part of your combat strategy. Oop. And so there's also new debuff and buff symbols. You'll be able to see enemies that have special abilities, because those special abilities will appear on the heads of the enemies as they're coming at you. So you'll have, there we go, there's one. This is one that shoots frost. When it hits you, down in the right-hand bottom right corner, you would have seen a symbol. Oh, that's a mine layer. Got to be careful, there we go, not to get hit too much by the mines. Just shoot out the one that's left if I can aim correctly. There we go. Don't want to have those left lying around, as some of them actually will stick around for quite some time after being laid. So let's see if we can get any of the other specials to spawn. There's quite a few. There's ones, basically anything that you can have on a weapon, the ice can have on its weapons too. The acid laying ones are quite cool. They lay little pools of acid for you to try and avoid, which are really cool. That's quite a low DPS. So let's swap up to the laser, which is one of my favourite weapon types. I had an ice laser in the last version, which was really cool. Did an awful lot of damage, had the slowing effect, so things that I started to shoot from a distance could not get to me before I'd managed to shoot them dead, which was excellent. Really enjoyed that. Oh, lots of mines have been laid. Obviously one of those was a special. There we go. Let's continue trying to hack some more difficult buildings. Oh, that was a 29. Because if we can hack things that are level 50 and above, we will get special, a better chance of better loot, as the loot is now somewhat leveled to the building that you destroy, rather than just being a chance of getting ridiculously powerful weapons really easily just by running around finding every low level building you can. So there we go, that one's a huge DPS on that one. I'm not sure what the downside is here. I'm sure I'll work one out, but to stop things from being far too overpowered these days, there are level requirements on a lot of the rarest weapons that prevent you from putting them on too easily. So you've got to be able to actually wield the weapon for it to actually let you have it, to try and take out that shield. There we go. If I can get my hands on a healing item, I'll be able to show you the changes that have been made there, as the let's try that one. It's going to kill us, but we'll try it. Items are no longer consistent healing, but instead actually you have to press the button each time you want it to set off, so much harder to keep yourself healed up in the middle of combat. You can't just turn it on and hope for the best. Now here's the downside to this lovely weapon. I can't actually fire it as often as I need to. There we go, we actually managed to destroy quite a good building there. So let's go over to the coloured block and see what we got. A hacking speed of 2 and a range of 26. That is quite the upgrade there. So let's take that one off a second and put that one on. And we will swap out what we had before, because we still get the bonuses over here. We just don't get extra range and things on it from the wasted item. So only the one you're actually firing counts as to what strength of different items you have, whether or not they will be get rid of that a second. Go on. I'm not very good at this, am I? Okay, I can't hit that mine. Thank you. So yeah, if you could, as you can see here, I've got spare weapons on. These give me extra weapon damage and range, but the stats in the main section, the DPS and things, are all determined by what you're actually firing, not an addition of everything you've got equipped, put together. So let's up our RAM and our RAM return and have another look around for another building over level 50, as we definitely want to start getting better weaponry if we can. Now this one is a swarm building, so going to have to be very careful here. Not sure I've got a good weapon for swarms actually. This could have been a big mistake on my part, because I can't actually fire enough to stop them from just swarming on me. Oh, there goes a mine layer. Now if I was to hack another building right now, there's actually a good chance I'd be in a better situation, because ice from different buildings do actually interact, and I think, yep, there we go. We died on that one. Definitely went a bit above ourselves there. Still not too bad. We can jump back in and continue on. We lost some credits, but not too many. So let's sell off some of the more useless items, some of the things that we've already shown you, and leave ourselves with just sort of one of each type of weapon. I haven't equipped that plasma ball yet, so I will quickly equip it now to show you this one. Just very basic, nice little electric effect to the appearance as you fire it, and a lot of firing speed on that one. So low damage, hell of a speed at which you fire it. So good trade-off on that one. Now I'm going to set the shark off by coming over here, because the shark has undergone a lot of upgrades since I first fought it. It now very accurately tracks you round the building. It very, very cleverly shoots ahead of where you're running. There we go. So got to be careful, because otherwise it can take you out. But the loot it drops is now much more scaled to your level. If you get on top of it, you can see it's actually attempting to shoot ahead of where I'm running. And we died. Oh well, lost a lot of credits that time. I don't mind. Let's see if we can bring him back out. But yeah, if you can get on top of him, you can actually surf him. He will then be firing upon the other ice you can see, rather than just on you. Because while you're on top of him, he cannot detect you. Anywhere else, he can. On top of you, he can't. So let's wait for our loot to drop down. As you can see, it's just common loot, because we're quite a low level. So the game's no longer letting us cheat and get ridiculously high leveled loot out of the shark. And there's now a reward of some sort. I haven't made it up to the top of finality yet. Never had enough jetpack or anything to do it. But there is a reward of some sort, I believe, for if you actually manage to make it up on top of the building. So that will be very interesting to experience if we can, but not going to... Oh, that's a quick one. Not going to be able to do that for quite some time, as it does actually require quite a lot of jump ability that I just don't have. Now the AI in this is much improved from when you first saw it. As you saw, that turret guy, I don't know what the official names of the different types of ice are, unfortunately, but he came round the building rather than just getting stuck on it. Now we've got a jetpack here. There's also charge jump abilities which are quite fun, but let's equip the jetpack. How high can we get? Not very high. Not quite enough RAM available to us at the moment to get as high as we would need to if we wanted to get on top of finality. You can see that is a very large height. A charge jump might put us in a slightly better position, but I'm not convinced it will get us up there either. So I'm just going to let the RAM return. Let's actually put that last point we have into a little bit more RAM return and just see how close we can get. Actually, while we're up here, let's sell off some of this spare gear. There we go. Just so that we haven't got that clogging up our inventory space. So let's hold space, and that's how high we got. Now in this particular seed it's given us, there are actually multiple levels, so we don't have to get all the way to the top of it in the first jump, which is quite helpful, as a lot of the time you do need to get up there in one jump, as each seed has a different height to which it takes you for that. I think the overall height of the building stays the same, but how many ledges and things there are on the building and the shape of the building is very variable. Now, the ice is demonstrating there its habit of attacking other ice rather than just focusing on the player, which is incredibly helpful for if you've got multiple buildings on the go, and as I said earlier, would probably have actually been quite helpful against that swarm building if I'd been sensible enough to set off another building at the same time. Swarms used to be very easy, but the AI has been far improved. They no longer get stuck fighting each other and forget to fight you, and because they have a sort of slow fall effect, they do actually charge down off the buildings to you, getting quite the jump, rather than having to actually walk down the face of the building and then get you. So what have we got here? Just a little height boost, but a reduced damage intake. So let's get rid of that one, put that one on, and now at least it shouldn't have any effect on the jetpack, should have a huge effect on the amount of damage I take during combat. So let's get on, continue killing things, taking out the ones that actually make it to us, while ignoring the ones that are infighting for the moment, as they'll be taking damage that I don't have to deal with. So looks like we're running out of colours here. He's been grabbed by something, his attention. There we go, that's probably what had him. So there's something I'm missing still at the moment, as there we go. That building has not yet finished. There we go. So let's grab up all that loot, see if there's anything else especially good that's come out of that. Doesn't look like it. The scaling of the loot to the buildings definitely seems to actually be going very well. So let's just sell that off. Unfortunately, no health items in this shop. So let's go for a quick run, see if we can find any other shops that might have health items. I really do appreciate having the extra health option mid-battle. There we go, there's more shops. Let's see what we can get. That's a health item, there we go. Oh no, this one does actually give you extra health per tick, as opposed to just healing. So perhaps that change has been reverted and I've missed it, or now there's both. Not certain, but definitely not what I was expecting there. So let's set off that thing, put that one there. 140 versus my 168. So mine's technically better, and this one actually, not only is it ridiculously expensive, but it's a level 10 item, whereas mine was a level 1. So that new different rarities having levels thing showing up again there. Let's take out that guy. Take out the frost guy. Great thing about this weapon is not only is it very powerful, but really good range on it. So we're a bit damaged, so let's press 2, and we are now healing again. Oop, that's another mine layer. We don't mind him so much. There we go. So let's get ourselves whatever just dropped. Unfortunately not a great item, but there we go. Let's get up here. So there's always spare loot on top of these buildings. Not a bad one there. 40 DPS, quite a good little laser. But let's get ourselves off the top of the building. Ooh, that's taking a lot of hits. Now that's an acid pool. We don't want to be stood in an acid pool, as that is quite dangerous. So we will try and keep back from that. Oop, that one's got a shield. I saw that. Running out of RAM again, so can't really hit the enemies anymore, and we died. Yeah, this lack of RAM is really causing us a problem. The total amount we have is fine, it just doesn't seem to return anywhere near quick enough once I've actually started attacking things. And one change that I don't know if you'd have noticed it in my first video, but you had to be careful how high above a building you got, when attacking it, which often meant that if you were near the top of the building but had started at the bottom, you'd actually get yourself into a bit of trouble because it would end the hack early. Now that's much less of a problem. The height you are above things is now dealt with differently, and I believe you can actually now make it to the top of the buildings without automatically ending the hack you had on them. So much better there. I'm just trying to think of any other major changes that I haven't mentioned. I did look up all of them before I started recording, but now that I am recording, my mind has gone and blanked on me, which is remarkably unhelpful. So we've got a scope here, which I've shown you before, so I won't worry about that, as I tend not to actually use scoped weapons. So let's take on another difficult building, see what we can do, and then for a bit of fun we will end the video attacking finality, just because it's quite entertaining to see how much damage they do to us. Oh yes, one of the changes I don't think I've mentioned is that the health of the ice has all been increased, but the damage they deal has all been decreased, as this just balances the combat a bit, makes it a lot better, as described in the patch notes, makes it less glass cannon like. So much better for the combat, instead of being quite so unbalanced where you were one hit killing everything but it was also one hit killing you. Now much more balanced system. Oh, we don't want to be next to it when it spawns, so let's try and get that one down. Oh, and keep on the move. Oh. Let's turn that up. There we go. That was over rather quickly once they got to us. Definitely far too powerful for us to take on. So no talent points available at the moment, so I can't boost myself right now, but I don't want to make this video run on too long, as analytics has shown that around 15-20 minutes seems to be what people want to watch. So I'm going to end here, and I will probably be doing another video in the future, in a month or two's time, when more updates have come out, to show you some of the changes there. So I hope that you are checking out this game, have actually played it yourself, because it is just such great fun to run around trying to get to the point of taking down finality. So fingers crossed I will get there at some point, as unfortunately I keep deleting my character deliberately every patch in order to play through from the start again, so I'm never quite actually making it to the point of completing that objective. So fingers crossed, as I said, I'll be able to show you that in one of the upcoming videos. So take care, and I will see you soon. Bye!